بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على نبي المصطفى وبعد الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك هم المهتدون صدق الله العظيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه وذرياته وأهل بيته وخلفائه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين رضوان الله تعالى عليهم أجمعين. Respected ulama ikram, mashayikhin, all the teachers, scholars, students, elders, brothers and sisters, beloved fathers, beloved mothers, beloved children, for once, please try to hug your children, hold them tight, because you never know what can happen to us at what moment. I'm live from inside Turkey, in southern part of Turkey. We are almost 2/3 away from Istanbul to Gaziantep, and to reach here we had to struggle quite a lot. We had to literally find different routes and different ways to try to reach Gaziantep. Normally, the earthquake affected areas can be reached within 12 hours from Istanbul, but these days it's taking about 1.5 to 2 days. Anyway, we are broadcasting live from open ground because from inside building is not safe. Literally few minutes ago, as we were preparing to connect live, there was minor earthquake here. Just few minutes ago, literally around 8:30 your time, maybe 8:20 your time. Yeah. So it was not that serious one, but minor one. And there was, you can say, evacuation of inside buildings and so on. So right now it's been 2 days, or nearly 2.5 days, I should say, since the major earthquake. Since the earthquake, nearly 150 aftershocks, basically additional earthquakes have occurred. Now, for next 48 hours, it will be very minor earthquakes, maybe 2 to 3 Richter scale. But inshallah, with time, it will get better. I cannot describe the situation here, what we have witnessed so far. The affected areas do not have electricity, do not have internet connections, and so on. So we had to come out of that area to safer area where there is light and connectivity and transmitting from here. This is one emergency that I'm completely lost. Because when you see, you can say, demolition, distraction, when you meet families that have basically lost not one or two, but a number of families, what could be your situation? What could be your emotions and so on? It is very different to watch basically updates on Facebook or on WhatsApp. And literally, how many of you have seen countless videos, but forget 60, within 30 seconds after watching that clip, you are back to normal. That's reality. That we have become so immune to these disasters and distractions that we see a video, we recite Inna Lillahi once, and we feel sad for a few seconds, and after that we go back to normal. So only those people who are suffering in reality. They know what they're going through. People of Turkey can resonate a bit to it. And then people like myself and countless basically NGO or members and supporters and helpers that are here, they can understand a bit what's going on here. So, inshallah, we will be sending high definition footage in a day or so, inshallah, of the people or affected areas and so on. But for now, I just want to give verbal update from this area. I'm not sure what's the latest announcement in terms of death toll. Earlier in the afternoon, when we left, I think it was around 11,000. But what I have observed, my fear is that the death toll will go in 6 figures. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make me wrong. And I hope that the death toll is not that high. But I'm fearful that according to my estimation and my experience of these type of disasters, I think 50,000 death toll is nothing, sadly. Maybe it will go to 100,000 plus. But anyway, the less the number, the better it is. As long as the higher the donor, the better it will be, inshallah. So, brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, within 1 day of the earthquake, I landed in Turkey. I was quite far away in Bangladesh, and Kishoreganj area went there, which is very far from Dhaka. And then I was en route to Molvi Bazar. We had a program there. So to be literally in a third world country or in Indian subcontinent, and from there to come to Turkey was not that easy. Had I been in London, then I could have reached here within 6-7 hours. So I feel sad that it took me about a day to come. But nevertheless, what I've been told that I was one of the first from UK to arrive here, mashallah, or from many countries. Alhamdulillah, my team members from around the world, they will start to come as and when things start to develop. I'm here at the moment looking at the arrangements, looking at basically long-term solutions, not solutions for the earthquake, but solutions for the victims for now. Right now, we're trying to provide shelter, be it in a car, be it at bus stops, or be it at schools or any secure place. The priority is to provide them shelter. Second priority is to provide them cooked meal and baby milk and children food and so on. And food pack and so on, that will come a bit later. We started to give few things. First of all, to get hold of food pack items is not that easy. I know many people are donating for food pack, but inshallah it will be delivered as food pack at later stage. But right now, the biggest priority is shelter. Shelter doesn't mean that to give them tent and so on. Just imagine, right now I had to just open my zip here so you can hear me and connect the mic and so on. And still, it was becoming difficult. So anyway, connecting with airport helps a bit. With airport helps a bit, mashallah. Anyway, so biggest priority is shelter. and the second biggest priority is cooked meal and so on. I wish that there were whole army of trained, qualified, and experienced rescue workers along with equipments that could have worked tirelessly to rescue as many people as possible within shortest possible time. And many people could have been taken out of troubles alive. But sadly, the geographical area and the distance and then aftershocks and which building would be the next one that will collapse, that uncertainty prevented many possible operations and so on. And I apologize if I'm not able to speak as frequently as I do, or with a normal, you can say, accent and so on. It's just mental status is not there at the moment. And sometimes I find myself that when I'm talking to others, I'm taking rather long to speak. So that has become my habit at the moment. So I apologize for speaking slowly or with distances and so on, but I'll try, inshallah. So, brothers and sisters, I've told you the urgent need. So, shelter is urgent need, but they cannot stay at this stage in shelter tents. This is freezing temperature outside. They need a bit of warmer place. Some are, you will find sleeping on bus stops, because bus stops here are closed type of container type of, you can say, setup. So inshallah, me and my team are here, and we will try to do whatever we can uh, within our means, ability, and capacity. Some of the footages you will see that our team members inside Turkey as well as inside Syria, they are working, mashallah, tirelessly. They are not that they themselves are the expert on rescue and so on, but within their limited capacity and so on, they are, mashallah, standing shoulder to shoulder with those people who are carrying out rescue mission. This is one emergency that while I was in Bangladesh and watching the footage, that made me cry really badly. I'll tell you a bit of background. The day this earthquake happened, my wife and my youngest son, Lokman, was with me in Bangladesh. My travel plan changed. I was going to Riyadh to arrange to attend a conference, and then from Riyadh I was going to go Delhi to attend another conference in which about 1 million people are expected to attend. So that was my travel plan. So I said to my wife that it's better if you go back to UK, because with Lokman it's not going to be feasible to be at these conferences and so on. Yeah. But anyway, my wife that day left from Bangladesh to UK, and I gave her all of my stuff. You can say my jackets, my shoes, my warm clothing, because I was going to Riyadh, which is reasonable weather, and I was going to Delhi, which is also okay. And after that, I was going to come back to UK. So I just kept my slippers, Arabian type of slippers with me, but my jackets, even warm clothing, everything, I slept with her. And literally, she boarded the flight. We started to realize that basically earthquake is becoming quite dangerous. It is quite major earthquake, and we need to go there. So while in Bangladesh, just mainly because my own son left from me a few hours ago, and then watching basically children in this earthquake made me even double emotional. And I don't recall that I cried so much uh, watching the disaster footage as much as I cried while in Bangladesh. Uh, in flight, when I was coming to Istanbul, trust me, my feeling was such that I have lost someone. You know, if you have lost your immediate family member, I don't want to give any relation here, but if you have lost your immediate family member and you are going to your family, remaining family, to connect with them, that's how I was feeling. My last similar trip was at the janazah of Mufti Rafi Usmani Saab, when Mufti Zubair Usmani, his son, was with me in the UK, and Mufti Rafi Usmani, his father, passed away, and I had to take him, his wife, Mufti Rafi Usmani's daughter-in-law, and grandchildren to Pakistan. That couple of hours journey felt like basically a couple of days, very difficult journey. So that was my status. And being alone in the flight, meaning basically no companion as such, no friend or colleague to talk to, made that trip even longer and miserable. So the reason I went into this background that even before coming here, I was shattered looking at the footage and so on. So after arriving here, basically seeing closely what's happening and so on, it just breaks you completely. I just wish that you were here not at the time of earthquake, not at the time of aftershocks, but at least when it is safe and all of you can come and see the distraction yourself and do something about it, inshallah. Right now, we've been contacted by many organizations and many donors and individuals who wants to come to uh, basically Turkey and the affected areas and so on. First of all, coming to Istanbul itself or Ankara or like that is no use. Because from Istanbul is like just like another country. The southern part of Turkey is quite far. So, because of a lack of access to the affected areas, lack of transportation, and so on, uh, it's not easy to reach affected area. Secondly, is it more important for them to receive their aid items or visitors? Right? You see, let's face it, that majority of the people who wants to come here, they will be a tourist in reality, if I be blunt, because you are not a trained rescue mission person. You are basically, the system here does not have enough equipment to cope with the emergency. And literally, there's very little you can do at this stage while rescue mission is still going on. And to manage you and manage your basically arrangement, your transportation, your accommodation, everything, while basically there are other important tasks, it is very difficult. So those people who are putting basically their donation on condition of that, basically we can accommodate them to come here. I think that's very unreasonable demand at this stage. But maybe in a couple of weeks' time or after a couple of days, we might be in that position. But right now, I think everyone needs to donate as best as you can. You see, I said in my documentary earlier, in my arrival message, and also in my message from Bangladesh, that this is not the time to take out your zakat calculator. This is not the time when you calculate, okay, how much saving I have and what is zakat on that and how much zakat I have already given and what is remaining zakat on it. This is not even the time to give your general type of sadaqah or to donate as basically sympathy or feeling pity and sad and so on. No, this is the time to have a sense of responsibility and to have call of duty, to realize that is my responsibility, job, and duty and it's compulsory upon me to go out of my way and help them. So regardless you are male or female, you are brother or sister, you are basically individual or family, you are basically a worker or businessman or whatever you are, but you need to support as best as you can, inshallah. Mashallah, I would like to say that so far about £250,000 have been raised. We have crossed £250,000. Jazakum Al-Khair for everyone who have donated so generously. And many major donors, their donation yet to come. So this $250,000, I'm talking about only that donation which have processed, which has hit our account. So far, $250,000 have come in. But the reality is that, when so many casualties are there, and so many injuries, and so many people need shelter and so on, this $250,000 can vanish in just 1 or 2 days. Vanish means can be spent in 1 or 2 days. So literally, we need much bigger support. Other thing I can tell you that as soon as earthquake happened, although I was in Bangladesh, but my team members, they got together. They had a meeting in UK. Other members, I don't know who was in part of that meeting, but many of my senior team members were part of it. They got together and they looked at basically the scale of disaster, and we agreed to transfer £250,000 to Turkey even before launching the appeal. And that £250,000 was transferred day before yesterday. And yesterday was basically final. I think it has left our account, but day before yesterday, we received. Yes, I've been told just now that we have received in Turkey. So, subhanAllah, look at it. It's just 48 hours since earthquake. Before we launched appeal, we transferred £250,000. And yesterday, I checked the bank and it was leaving our account. And just now I've received confirmation from my team member behind camera that we have received in Turkey, mashallah. So alhamdulillah, that's the swiftest, you can say, process one organization could have. So alhamdulillah, those people who donated, and up till now, by when we crossed $250,000, your donation was transferred from before. And inshallah, in the morning, we will be making next transfer. So you donate tonight, and tomorrow morning, your donation will be transferred, inshallah. That's how quick response is and how swift our system and process is. We didn't wait for the appeal to start. We didn't wait for your donation to come. In fact, in the email chain and the communication with the bank, we have alerted them to the bank that at initial stage for Syria alone, our intervention at initial stage would be £1 million. So the bank have been informed. I'm not sure if or what amount has been given for Turkey, but for Syria, because the earthquake is in Syria and in Turkey, both sides. So that's how advanced we are. That's how, mashallah, me and my team are working, especially my team over there, because I'm not there, and my team is taking decisions right now to arrange transfers and so on, mashallah. So you and I, both of us, we are lucky to have each other. I have you as donor and you have me as delivery person, mashallah. Al-Khair Foundation is not only blessing for the beneficiaries, but is a source of blessing for you also, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed you to have access to such organization whose delivery is so swift, mashallah, that before even launching appeal, the transfer is initiated, and within 2 days, the amount reached here, mashallah. So my promise to you is that whatever amount you donate, 100% of that will be delivered here without deduction of single penny. 100%. Whether you donate for Turkey or for Syria or any other emergency. This should be your standard assumption anyway. Not assumption, but belief and faith that when we do any emergency appeal, 100% of it will reach immediately without any delay, inshallah. So I would like to see who will basically go beyond the calculation of zakat and just ordinary sadaqah and will give a meaningful donation. That meaningful donation could be 10,000 pounds, 20,000 pounds, it could be even £5 because you only have £10 in your account. So it depends on the bank balance of your account. I need to see a meaningful sacrifice from your bank balance and so on. Many sisters out there, I would request you to, first of all, to make dua, because only sisters especially can understand the pain of mothers. And just imagine those mothers who are trapped inside the building with their children without any hope of coming out of that building, and literally seeing basically one by one her child passing away, and eventually she also will pass away because the building was 20, 30-story building that has collapsed. They are stuck inside. They haven't died, but they don't have any means of survival. No access to water, no access to, you can say, any food or nutritional item and so on. So how long they can live? The building, when it comes down, it brings a lot of dust and so on for external people. So just imagine what would be happening internally. We have received one video from one child, I think about 10, 12 years old, whatever, who is stuck inside the building. But he has his mobile, and he managed to send a video recording showing his surrounding, and send the video that I'm not sure until when I'm here and this and that. So just imagine basically the pain of mothers that are inside the rubble right now, the pain of fathers who cannot basically give security to their children, the pain of father who is outside, who is luckily having been inside the building at the point of this earthquake, but his, all efforts to try to reach to his family have failed and so on. So just imagine their pain, and try to think about it, and make dua for them, and at the same time do whatever you can to assist them, inshallah. In every emergency, most important thing is to be patient. And inshallah, we will. We are still, we have started into earthquake affected area, but from the epicenter, we are still at least 12 to 15 hours away. We don't know basically the road condition further. Whole night we will be driving in a minibus. We will be making our way. Then there is no point of, or there is no time for rest or basically taking it easy. So, inshallah, our aim is to reach epicenter, because our other team members who happen to be in that area or who are close to that area, they are busy delivering, and you are watching them. But for rest of the team members or other people to go from Istanbul to epicenter and heart of the affected areas is not that easy. So we have reached, alhamdulillah, 2/3 of the way, and we are now in earthquake affected areas, and we have seen the destruction, whatever. But inshallah, we'll be sharing whatever footage we can in coming days. You will see a lot of footage, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, the mobile battery is dying. This transmission was supposed to be for half an hour. And I have my hands inside my jacket pocket, but it's still, the hands are frozen. So just imagine the cameraman who's holding the mobile phone to transmit this, what would be the status of his hands? I can see that the hands are totally numb, and one of them was starting to feel dizzy, and so on. So please pray for my team members. Pray, right now, pray for ourselves seems very selfish and very small word, a very small request. More than us is the beneficiaries and the affected people, those who are trapped inside. So to say to someone that please pray for me or my team, for the first time in my life, it seems a very selfish request. But nevertheless, do pray for everyone. We can only serve others if we are safe and sound. And inshallah, we are doing whatever we can, not only within our ability and capacity, but beyond that. And we promise that we will deliver your aid as best as possible, inshallah. And inshallah, I will connect again tomorrow around same time or earlier. We'll announce inshallah, but tomorrow 8 p.m. definitely we should be connected inshallah. Until then, everyone take care, be amanillah, and donate as best as you can. I would request also masajids, all the masajids, to dedicate the coming Friday, in fact, coming Fridays and weekends for fundraising for Al-Khair Foundation in your masjid. This is not the time to look at basically, other things, or this is not the time for shaitan to play your mind and so on. You can see that we are on the ground here, so we can only serve better if we have support of everyone. We would like to reach everyone, but everyone needs to be with us, inshallah. Jazakumullah Al-Khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and bless you. And I hope that the way these people have sacrificed their lives, you will sacrifice a bit of your wealth. Until next time, fi amanillah, wa salaamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.